Hi, welcome to Niswatch. Niswatch is a web series by Niswatch where we talk about various topics under digital marketing, whether it could be SEO, could be content marketing, advertising, digital analytics, web design, and basically anything that comes under the umbrella of digital marketing. So today's topic is content marketing, and primarily we are talking about the lifetime value of your content marketing. So let's get started. So there are basically why we are talking about this is a couple of questions that keep coming back to us are, why is this expensive than my traditional advertising in terms of my Google AdWords, or let's say some content advertising that I'm doing, content promotion. So why is it expensive is primarily because the content that you're creating here is the essential part here, and the content that is created is something that holds the lifetime of let's say a few decades, maybe, or maybe at least 5 to 10 years. The value that creates the value that is created for your customers, the content that is created, eventually turns out that the customer is going to read the content over and over again, and not just in a small period of time when the ads are run. So that's in a nutshell. Let me run you through this process and tell you what is the actual value of your lifetime, of the content marketing. So this is traditional, your online marketing budget, and if you would look at it, so I will take a real case also where we have a customer who keeps spending on digital advertising, and the amount that they spend is directly proportional to the leads that they get online. So it works something like this. If you look at it, the amount you keep spending, the number of leads keep growing, and probably that's how they have seen, over the past decade, they've seen that you keep spending, the leads keep coming, but as soon as this stops, the leads also drop in immediately. And the next year, so when their season starts, they again start that again from the same place, and then they even reach at the same place each year. So that is how it normally works. And so as a customer, I feel okay, this is the money I spent and this is what I've got, which is fine. So as soon as I got to, I told them, this is what your content marketing budget will look like, which is slightly higher than your, the budget that you're spending right now. Their faces are not so happy, and which is fair enough. And this is a question that we keep getting asked again and again, and sometime back we even wrote about this, and now we're talking about this to make it easy for you to understand. So imagine, let's say we write a piece of content today, and over a period of time, it gets promoted, it gets advertised, it gets seeped into various places, lots of media portals share it, or let's say some influencers share it on social media. Over a period of time, you will see a lot of traffic actually leading to that same piece of content, and as this piece of content gets seeped in at a lot of places, its value becomes more and more important, especially in terms of Google rankings, because it gets linked at various places, and eventually the quality of that link becomes better and better as the time grows. It's just like wine, so it gets better and better, and eventually what you see is the same piece of content will eventually start giving rise to this. So what this means is, today somebody is reading that content, it gets shared at a lot of places, and eventually, because it gets so much shared, its link value has increased. So in terms of search and in terms of engagement, it kind of rises, it keeps on rising. So eventually, after 2 years, if the same person lands on, not the same person, but if a different person lands on this content, there is a higher chance that you will still get the same amount of conversions that you were getting 2 years ago, or this could be even higher. And that is the whole budget of content marketing. The content that is created is so valuable that even after a couple of years, you're not spending on creating that content, but you're still getting returns from that content. And which is why initially it looks like it's expensive, but over a period of time it will give you, the results will be much better. Probably, and this is what we call something as compounding ROI. So this is how it looks like, traditional your investment in content marketing. This is the investment here, it keeps investing. So the content that is created here gets you some ROI. The content that gets created here gets you some ROI, plus you can see there is a plus delta, which is because of the content that was created here. And again, similarly, if you go back and see, next year, again you invest some amount of money in creating that content, This is all new content, by the way. And while if you see overall, this is the ROI that is generated from this budget. Well, this is additional ROI which is generated from this and this. So if you look at it, each year your ROI keeps on increasing. The percentage of ROI itself keeps on increasing. Well, as in traditional advertising, what was happening is this growth remained constant. Here you can see the growth also will increase in terms of how it is created, the value that is created in terms of ROI. And that is why we say this is a compounding ROI that you will get for a content marketing budget. And eventually this is, in a nutshell, if you look at it in 3 years time, you will see that this is much cheaper than this. And which is probably why we are pushing a lot of talk about content marketing has started around globally. And inbound marketing as a result is a practice where a lot of things are talked about only because the lifetime value of your content is so huge that if you keep doing it, eventually about the leads that you get will be very much higher than the leads that you would traditionally get. This eventually leads to a better ROI in terms of a long-term value, where you are building the brand, where you are building the customer's trust and getting more engagement from the prospect. That's how we define the lifetime value of your content marketing. So how does it look like in a nutshell? This is your increase in spending. If you're looking at advertising, you're constantly spending more and more money. Why? Because ad rates are increasing, obviously. But if you're looking at content marketing spend, your costs remain constant only because that you're spending the same amount of money in creating that content. It's a different piece of content that stays on for a longer value, for a longer period of time, and eventually your customers or prospects are going to keep visiting that same content over a longer period of time. So that is how we, in a nutshell, we explain this, that the lifetime value of your content marketing is far more than what it should be. And while you may think it is not increasing, the ROI is not increasing, the ROI is increasing rapidly. You just have to look for it. That's the thing. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching Niswatch. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and like, share and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And if you have any questions regarding this, please feel free to write to us at business@niswatch.com. Thank you.